never switch, not a day in my life. You know me, my dog, stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. Wanna run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I could never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I could never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go. 10 logo. Quit talking about it and bring it.
A run by Foreman to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Watch the slant. Mike, 55. Check, 55.
2nd and 9 now. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll run on first down. Foreman. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. 2nd down and inches. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 12-yard line. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
31's the mic. Double dog.
2nd and 11. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, able to avoid him. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go. Set, ready, 10-2 stop. Tie it right. Yep. Snap.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they'll set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Hey, look, 3.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Team spill. Hey, Haywood.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And Sanders has got it complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Set, 50, plant, go, go.
Coming this way, here we go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. He'll return it from the 6. A beautiful fake. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. Would be ideal.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, Echo! On the ball! Go!
2nd and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jordan. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
And the Vikings 1st down.
Set up. 18 Gator. Hey!
At 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike. Hey, that's not doing.
5. Get it.
On 1st down, Foreman. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Throw right side complete to Carter. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Hey! High 7!
I'm coming after you.
They'll set up a throw. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Let's make these men go.
Throwing on first down. Lane. Well, that's complete to Sanders. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Go,
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. It's a second down run with Sanders, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Let's go.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Go. Check. Hey, Orbit, hurry up.
Operating from the gun. Lane got him in. He finds Sanders. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 24-yard line.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a...
Hey, Zoo. Go. You must be dreaming. You're fine.
2nd and 6. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
I'm ready.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Off the play fake. Lane, complete. It's Johnson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down.
Ready.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Looking to throw. Lane, they'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now they toss that wide to Sanders. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, Lane. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Mike 56, Mike.
Off play action. Lane, he sets to fight. It's caught inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lane. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Ready, set. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Don't get nervous now. Let's go.
2nd and 13. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Lane. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, Foxtrot.
At 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike. Hey, tight.
On play action, they'll throw. Going deep for Diggs. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, Alpha.
We'll go 25 to Mike. I got it. At 25 to Mike. We'll go 25.
Looking to throw. Man open, it's Moss, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Bravo!
25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike. Who that?
Shoot!
Back to throw here. Over the middle, complete. It's Carter. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On second down, Foreman, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Mike 36. Mike 36. Tighten up, tighten up. Pull together. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Mike 36. Mike.
Hey, Haywood.
Squeeze, double.
Let's go.
They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
At the 13-yard line.
Ready.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right.
Go. Yes.
Stay at home.
Let's go. Be tripping.
Looking to throw on second down. Lane. He's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lane. It's caught by Sanders. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all or nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
Set, ready, 90, Wolf.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. We got 4.
To throw on second down. Lane. And some space here. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run?
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Now Foreman, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Gets fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
You ready?
Mike, 56, right there, 56.
All day, baby, all day. Get it.
They'll run on first down. Sanders. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Go now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
5.
56. Mike's 56. Check tight, check tight. Check tight.
Be driven.
Looking to throw. Lane. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Come to my work. Hey, I said hit it.
From the gun, Lane. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They go back to the ground with Sanders, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Right back to Sanders on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Gator.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Hey, Charlie.
Operating from the gun, Lane. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
You gonna see me in your nightmare. Hey, wahoo!
From the gun, Lane. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny? When we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch 36 to Mike. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Ready?
He'll look to throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
He's coming.
Hey, you. Hey.
Watch 36 to Mike. Watch twist. Mike,
Go.
They'll look to throw here. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
It's our time.
Smooth.
56, Mike, 56. Watch the curl. Switch.
Now a whistle and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
56 to Mike.
To throw again. Lane going up top. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Look at me. Go.
Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Check 50.
Go.
Check the outreach.
And the blitz does come. Sanders has it over the middle. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
At their own 47-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense.
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. With touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
It's been a long day for you.
Another run with Sanders. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, Alpha.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Off the play fake. Lane. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hey.
Bravo.
3 down. 56. Mike, 56. Right there.
Yep.
56. Right. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56.
On 4th down, Lane. He finds his man Johnson. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Ready? 15, Lonnie. 15 line.
Let's go, D.
Ready?
On 1st down, Foreman. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Show it up, show it up.
On second down now, it's Walker trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. To be frank, a silly penalty there trying to block the field goal, and that leads to a fresh set of downs. A carry for Foreman. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quick. A gain of 3, second down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Again, it's Foreman, and he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Watch 36 to Mike. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Mike, 36.
Out of the gun now on third down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jordan. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They come out here in the eye. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll go with Foreman. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They come up in an offset eye. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. They run the counter. Foreman, he is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play, and what to do now on fourth and goal. Now Chandler Catanzaro for the field goal here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Catanzaro's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 17-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Single receiver. Watch 20, check 20.
Hey, echo. Ready.
2nd and 1. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. As this one moves towards its conclusion, another incomplete pass there. Thoughts on the secondary? I mean, they seem to be pretty effective in this one.
Yeah, I thought that they've been absolutely outstanding. I mean, their job is to prevent touchdowns, and not a single touchdown is going on the board against them. Of course, they want to make it a total shutout, but hey, if you don't give up touchdowns, you got a heck of a chance to win.
He's got it at the 15. It's a big play there for the Lions. 44 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
56, check 56. Oh, you got to get it.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And a short return to the 6-yard line. Johnson, the intended target.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. They'll run with Foreman, and he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
big numbers, big numbers. 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah.